Good evening. It's an absolute honour to be with you all this evening as we come together in solidarity to commemorate a terrible tragedy in our global history, the genocide of the Armenian people. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we stand today, the Gadigal people, and pay tribute to their elders past, present and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge our host, Michael Kostian, the Executive Director of the Armenian National Committee of Australia, and thank him for his hard-working team for their efforts to coordinate tonight's commemoration and the incredible work you do throughout the year to support the Armenian people in Australia, but also to make sure that Artsakh is remembered and the genocide is recognised throughout Australia. I welcome also our keynote speaker, Yegem Safian, the human rights defender for the Republic of Artsakh, and thank him for his moving words this evening and his testimony of the Azeri human rights abuses of the Armenian people. My parliamentary colleagues I'd like to acknowledge as well, and council leaders, the Reverend Fathers and other community leaders that are here tonight. It's a privilege to be here with you this evening, represent Chris Binns and also the Minister for Multiculturalism, Steve Camper. Both send their utmost support for tonight's commemoration as we come together to honour the memory of the Armenians who perished during the genocide of 1915. I also note that both of those individuals voted to recognise Artsakh when the vote came to the Parliament. This tragic event 110 years ago, like other genocides throughout history, did not happen overnight. It was the result of a deeply rooted anti-Armenian sentiments that had developed over the 19th and 20th century. This solemn occasion reminds us of the profound loss and intergenerational trauma endured by the Armenian people, as well as the lasting effects of this horrific chapter in history. This tragedy also reminds us of the consequences of hatred, of intolerance, and of apathy. On this solemn occasion, I also acknowledge the incredible resilience of the Armenian people, both past and present. Your ability to carry the weight of your trauma while preserving your heritage and advocating for justice is truly inspiring. Genocides aim not to annihilate a people, but also their memories, their identity, their language, and their history. It is our shared responsibility to ensure that the genocide is neither forgotten nor is it repeated. Remembrance is not just a duty, it is our collective strength. In commemoration, we honour the victims, seek justice on their behalf, and reaffirm our commitment to human rights and dignity. The New South Wales Government has a long history of standing with the Armenian Australian people and community. In 1997, the New South Wales Legislative Assembly became the first jurisdiction to recognise the 1915 and 1923 massacres against the Armenian, Assyrian and Greek peoples perpetrated by the Ottoman Empire, as they were then. It was a genocide. In 2013, the Legislative Council reaffirmed our commitment to standing with truth and justice, condemning the Ottoman Empire's successor state, the Republic of Turkey, for continuing to deny the first genocide of the 20th century, and similarly called on the Australian government to follow the example as set as a parliament and acknowledge this crime against humanity. On the 27th of September 2020, as modern manifestations and tribulations of the Armenian genocide were playing out against the indigenous Armenian population of Artsakh, the Legislative Assembly condemned the Turkish-backed Azerbaijani regression and recognised the self-determination of the Republic of Artsakh. On the 22nd of October 2022, the Parliament of New South Wales officially recognised the Republic of Artsakh as an independent and democratic nation. This bipartisan motion had cross-party support. In 2023, we were devastated to see the destruction of this nation and their democracy at the hands of their dictators. During my visit as co-chair of the parliamentary delegation to Armenia, I witnessed this devastation firsthand. As our plane was landing in Yerevan, Azeri forces were attempting to seize the capital and take control of all towns in an unconscionable struggle of ethnic cleansing over 120,000 Armenians from their indigenous ancestral homeland of Artsakh. On that day, we scrapped our itinerary as a delegation. Michael and the ANC led our parliamentary colleagues and I to the Goris refugee camp on the border. There, we spoke with refugees, members of the International Red Cross, and other aid agencies attempting to assist in the unfolding humanitarian crisis. They told horrific stories, stories of torture, stories of rape, stories of destruction of Christian churches, holy places, and the Armenian cultural heritage, all at the hands of the Azeri military. My fellow MPs and I packed food and essential aid for the refugees. And I note in phone conversations that week with the federal member for Bennelong, Jerome Luxdale, who was here this evening, for his actions which organised $500,000 aid commitments from the federal government. As a witness to this inhumane and barbaric tragedies, our resolve was strengthened as parliamentarians. We stood with our Armenian community in New South Wales and with the Armenian people of Artsakh. Tonight, we honour the victims and the survivors of the 110th anniversary for the Armenian genocide. Our resolve has not changed. We carry it forward, recognising our duty to demand justice for the victims of the Armenian genocide. We recognise the Armenian people as the indigenous and true inhabitants of the ancient Holy Land. As we honour the victims of the genocide, let us also be reminded of the diversity that defines us as a state in New South Wales. Over the years, this nation has welcomed thousands of Armenians, including those born in other countries, seeking peace, seeking security and opportunities. New South Wales now has more than 40,000 residents of Armenian heritage. You have shown yourselves to be an active community. Let us not forget your significant contributions to our economy, which has enriched our society and benefited us all. From the arts and cuisine to business and academia, you have made your mark on our society and our way of life. Today, we lay wreaths and light candles. Let us also renew our commitment to fostering understanding, compassion, and respect amongst all people. Let us work together to build a future in which we can all thrive in harmony and unity. In conclusion, I'd like to thank and truly thank and sincerely the Armenian National Committee of Australia and our vibrant Armenian community for organising this vital commemoration and for your invaluable contributions to our community. Also, I wish to convey my unwavering support and that of the New South Wales Government to the Armenian community during this crucial time. May God bless you, your friends, and your loved ones, which we remember.